All truth people, be advised if you're watching and supporting and believing these big channels, you're in contract with the beast system. You're in contract and you will eventually lose your soul. You're on trial. God's watching you. So I was at this gas station. It's a good gas station. They're pretty cool. But I seen these watches and they're like, you know, fake Rolexes. 1999. You can get any of these. And it just reminded me of Archaix and Whitney Webb and Max Egan and all the fake truthers. So they're fake watches, they're fake truthers. This is them. This is them right here. There's Archaix, there's Whitney Webb, there's Richie. Richie's here. We got Jeff Berwick, the dollar vigilante. He's here. We got them all. We got Amazing Polly. They're all here. So you can come on in and get one for $19.99. Over and out. Okay, so here's Archaix doing damage control after the videos I released. And he's pretty hurt. It's so funny how a so-called little channel could get him so upset. But what it is the truth hurts. The truth hurts. When you're in the wrong, the truth hurts. And so he had to come on here and post this thing. He's talking about this is talking about hand sanitizer and stand. Right, I have to edit this out. He's posting something about the Donald J. Duck juice since I outed him for taking the Donald J. Duck juice. And so he's got some guy, Steve Cremini, may come on his channel. He wrote this da-da-da-da-da. And so he's just trying to post things to make himself look like he's against the Donald Duck juice, because he's afraid his Errants are going to see the videos I made and they're going to be wondering, well, maybe he did take the juice. What's up with his cough? So, etc. and all his illness, and what's up with Dawn and all her illness and their hospital visits and all that. That's what it really is. So he's doing damage control. I got him on the run. This is what it is Weird 144, and our sword is on his neck, and he's bleeding. He's bleeding good. He's stuck. This is the old dragon. He's been stuck in the neck, and he's bleeding out. That's what it is. He's bleeding out pretty bad already. So it's not going to be long, I'm telling you. Casa, when I saw that sign the other day, Casa Grande, I knew this guy's going down. And so here you have, he's got this too, his other attempt at damage control. So he's already come up the day after I made the video saying that he won't stand down. He's not going to sit down and all this big mouthy talk. But this is always how Satan is. But here he's got a live waiting. He's going to have it tomorrow morning or something. And it says, critics will be destroyed by old book. Critics of Archaix will be destroyed by old book citations. So, okay, Goofy. So, he's not destroying anything. The critics aren't going to be destroyed. What it is he doesn't understand the truth, and the truth has been buried. Like I said, the end time truth is only going to come out in these visions from certain small people, and most of the people aren't going to get it. Most of the people are going to die believing stuff like, Richie from Boston and Archaix and stuff like that. But the chosen, the real 144, the ones who really earned it and made it, chosen by God, they're going to hear the actual truth about these things being giants and the beast system in the Bay Area and the stuff that I'm saying and the stuff that like Sally Delaney and Demon Hunter saying, Sky Dome Atlantis, and weird end times messengers, not these big grifting people who are telling old truth or narrative stuff. And the only thing that sets this guy apart is he uses old books. So he sounds different than the standard truth narrative. And what it is people are craving a different story than the old truther narrative, because they can sense subconsciously there's something wrong with the truth narrative. So when this guy comes up and he's all totally new and fresh, he's got some old books and it's all different than the truther narrative, they go, wow, this must be it. It's like fashion or design. They just repackage old fashioned, like bell bottoms from the 60s or whatever. They just repackage old fashioned and sell it to you again. It's not anything new. It's the same old lie. They just repackage it. And since it wasn't from your era, it looks, looks new. And then it's a lot of satanic spells involved, and they're implanted, and like I said, the majority of them are already fallen beings. They're forced to follow him. They're like robots that are sent to subscribe and send him money. So that's Satan's army. That's how he builds a following, and then it lures in real souls to steal. So it's like a group of robots that suck you in, demonic robots that suck you in, and then they get like, so there may be 10,000 of them, and they get 20 or 30 souls out of the harvest, real souls. You see what I'm saying? They're lost souls trying to capture new souls, because the beast system feeds off of souls. It needs more souls to live. It's a living, it's a living supercomputer. So it's iron and clay, and without that food, without those souls to eat, it'll die. So it's harvesting, it's manufacturing and harvesting and shrinking down souls to stay alive. So, he's just part of the system. He's just part of this lie, this beast system. So the old books are garbage. And, like I said, people are they're just wowed by all this high vocabulary. He puts together lyrical, satanically, demonic frequency. Like, he has a lot of lyricism in his high, his high vocabulary phrases. He doesn't call it a information or a fact. He says it's a data set. You see what I mean? He comes up with all these names for everything. It's a chronicon. It's not a chronology. He's got all these little names, and like Archaix nexus. It's like he just uses all this fancy lingo, and these are like old washed up stoners and drunks, all from fake truthers, and they've probably never really had a lot of university or anything, or college, or much education. Mostly white trash. So they're like impressed. You know what I mean? It's what it is. So I'll just tell you right now, Archaix, you aren't destroying anything with your old book citations. The books are also fake truth. All of your, Billy Carson and Graham Hancock, all of you guys are all off of books and fake truth. It's a fake truth narrative. And like I said, it's ancient. Just because it's an old book doesn't mean there weren't lies back then. So, whatever, man. And like I said, look, all of his guys are all Canaanites. Hook nose, bagels, look at hook nose, wire rim glasses. He calls himself Grendel Dark. It's like an obvious satanic Canaanite bagel witch. And there's that's who he hangs out with. Max Egan, another homosexual, drug addict, satanic witch, Canaanite, with the big giant fucking nose. And then he's friends with another closet homo, Jeff Berwick. Looks like a San Francisco Castro. This is the kind of people, this is the kind of people he deals with. Look at, he's got this Howard Crowhurst, another Canaanite. Look at his nose, is about a foot, looks like a friggin' banana hanging off his face. And here's another one. They're all, look at them. All of his people they're all Canaanites. And it's all a Canaanite lie. Canaanites run the truth community, you dummies. So, there's only going to be a handful, a tiny, tiny handful of small channels. And they're going to be shadow banned. They're going to be harassed, hassled. And their truth is going to be really hard to even grasp. And the only people who are going to get it are the people that are prepared to get it by God. So that's how it's going to go down. It's not like there's masses of people that are going to hear the end time truth. They're not. The masses of people are going to hear this fake truth. So you ain't destroying shit, Archaix. I destroyed you. That's what really happened. Me and Tartarian Truth and all these other channels, the Sanity Machine, and we destroyed you. We cut your neck with our sword, and now you're bleeding out and you're trying to do damage control. This is just a band-aid he put around his bleeding neck. But he's still coughing. He's got the warp speed cough. And he's trying to do damage control. He's bleeding out the ass because he got ass by his own pitchfork for mouthing off. And now it's coming out his mouth. Every time he opens his mouth, his pitchfork comes out and he's coughing. That's what really happened. This is the devil. He's going down just like all of them do. Just like Jim Jones and Bhagwan and Kenneth Copeland. He's going down. You ain't destroying nobody. You're not continuing your call outs. You're going to do this or that. You're going to prison, you dumb bitch. So you don't play with me. I'll cook all of you supernaturally. You think that lightning landed over by your house by accident? You have no idea what you're dealing with. You have no friggin' idea. I'll flip your house over. I'll flip it right over with my mind, sitting here at my desk. It's not a joke, dude. It's not a joke. This world doesn't work the way you think it works. I will cook you. So you just, the more, all I can tell you is the harder you come at us, the worse it's going to be for you. You're better off to just lay down, get your money, party, get some sex, and drink your bourbon, and just keep your mouth shut and go ahead and, all these deceivers, you can just deceive them. That's fine. I'm not out to save any of the Errants. They deserve to lose their souls. They're dumb. They deserve it. I'm not trying to save any. There might be a couple that come and God will send to, get saved or something out of the cult, but for the most part, no. You guys, you already made your bed. You're gonna have to lie in it. You deserve it. So I'm not trying to take your cult, things or anything like that. I'm just doing my job. I'm just my God's sword is my tongue. That's all. I'm just delivering the message. I'm just the postman. So, I'm just God's postman. So take it or leave it. You can handle it however you want, but I'm just telling you, I've seen it for ages, and this is how it is with Satan. And the ones that don't mouth off and try and be big cocky big shots, it goes a lot easier for them. Like Roger's not gonna get like you. You're gonna get slammed in prison. You're gonna get beat in prison. Everything. It's gonna be bad. You think prison was bad last time? It's gonna be a nightmare for you when you go back. Everybody's gonna know what you did, and they're gonna be on your ass, dude. The 144 Easy E is gonna punk your ass as soon as you get in that block, dude. The Red King will be there with his people, and they will cook you, absolutely cook you. So this is your reality, Archaix. So I suggest you just cancel this live and just shut your mouth, because you're not destroying the Archaix critics. All you're doing is destroying yourself. The more you try and talk back, the worse it's going to be, the worse the punishment. And you mark my words, this is the real Phoenix talking to you. And I've had enough of your blathering. So you just shut your little trap, collect your little money, do your little grift, and when they come, you just put your hands out and they can cuff you up and you can be carted off. But until then, you just shut your little mouth. Okay? Over and out. Okay, so I guess Archaix saw my videos this morning, and he's all fired up. And it's funny, Archaix, because, you know, such a so-called little channel can get under your skin. And so he says, you know, I told him that him and the Errants have to back down and stop, you know, hassling all the other truth channels. And you know, they basically, all their critics, they use all kinds of underhanded report parties and get their channels censored. So he's a truther that believes in censorship, but yet he doesn't want to be censored. So he thinks it's okay to censor other truthers, but he doesn't want to be censored. So this is Satan, and he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what he is. He just runs on. He's just a created meat suit. Satan is a 700-mile tall, petrified giant dragon, and it can't mess with us in these, you know, small human bodies that we're in. So it has to make little meat suit puppets to come and mess with us. And so basically, this is what Archaix is. He's just a meat suit puppet, an avatar, just a little mouthpiece of Satan, just one of many, many deceivers to come and, you know, try and steal souls for Satan, the main dragon, you know, the dragon I'm talking about here in the Bay Area. It's what it is. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know. He's just basically a little robot offshoot. He's like a drone, basically. He's one of Satan's drones, basically, is all he is. And so basically, none of his ideas or his, you know, any of the stuff, none of it's original. And if you look back at all the other drones of Satan, all the other satanic robot little tin soldiers, they all have the same script. They all have the same, you know, beliefs. They all follow the exact same, you know, script, basically, and they all have the same ideologies and ideas. They differ from here, you know. I mean, some will be, you know, healthier and more into this or more into that. Some are more mellow, whatever. I mean, you know, the Roger Mudfossils definitely not as much, doesn't have as much ego and bravado as, say, Jason, who's one of the worst. There's different models, but they're all the same. They're all the same car. You know what I'm saying? Or you could put it like this. They're all a Toyota Corolla, and some of them have air conditioning and some don't. Some have blue paint, some have red paint, whatever. But they're all the same car. So that's all it is. He's just a little avatar. He's a drone of Satan. And he's here to deceive you. He's here to, you know, steal souls. And when he's confronted with God and the Son of God and, you know, Adam and Adam's children, he always loses, and he will never back down. And the reason I put that, you know, challenge out to him and told him he has to back down is because I already knew. I mean, I said he wasn't gonna back down, and I already knew he would. And so, you know, I didn't expect you to, you know, apologize or back down or stop, you know, harassing everybody. And it's always the same story with you. And, you know, you get your little hurrah. So you got a rape and some bourbon coffee, and you got some time in Vegas with a white shirt and a little cheesy chain on your neck for what? Just a few months, couple years. And then you're going back to eternal, you know, just the worst. What you have is 1,000 years of absolute isolation and torment. And it's gonna suck. And this is your story. You aren't passing through. You're here permanently. You ain't going nowhere, bitch. So, You know, you have no idea. All your truth, all your knowledge has all been given to you ultimately by us. It's all fake. You don't know shit. We put a black blindfold over your eyes a long time ago, my man. So you don't know shit, and you ain't got a chance against us, and you never get it, and you never will. You know, you ain't going nowhere, and you aren't doing shit. So, you know, struggle, tell you what you really are and what you're really doing, because you got so, especially the ones like yourself who got so much bravado and ego, you know, zero humility, zero remorse. And these are the ones these are the ones I slam to the mat the most, because they deserve it. So, Archaix, you fucked yourself in the ass with your own pitchfork, and you're going to pay the price. You just absolutely fucked yourself in the ass with the pitchfork. So listen to him. Listen to his ego.
To be making more professional my call outs. I'm not going to sit down. More professional my call outs. I'm not going to sit down. Call outs. I'm not going to sit down.
You're going to sit down. You always sit down. And, you know, you're going to sit down when you're locked up. Is what's going to happen. Keep going.
All these people I've been calling out, I'm going to add more names to the list, and I'm going to keep twisting the dagger in them. I'm going to add more names to the list, and I'm going to keep twisting the dagger in them. I'm going to keep twisting the dagger in them. I'm going to keep twisting the dagger in them. And I don't care if anybody comes to the table or not.
Yeah. Well, you don't care how bad you're going to get tortured is what it really comes down to, my man. And it's how it is with this guy. It's how it is.
I want the public to be very aware that people who have made millions on pushing
talking
false
about
paradigms
himself
are unwilling to defend them. That's all I want to show.
That's you, Archaix. You had your chance to debate a bunch of us, and you ran like a scared, dirty dog, like a greasy rat. You ran. And that's what you are. You're a greasy little rat. A little prison sodomite rat. And you ain't going nowhere, my man. You listen to my voice. And when those bars clang on your cell, you listen, and you think back to what I said. So you're going nowhere, bitch. And you ain't twisting no daggers either. So you can try all you want, but this is the end for you.
Because it's already becoming very apparent who the barf parrots are, who the Dunning-Krugers are.
He got the whole Dunning-Kruger concept from watching my videos when I showed that he was Jason, Friday the 13th, and Freddy Krueger. And he realized that I was right. He saw the mask. He saw that Jason, Friday the 13th, was Hannibal Lecter. And that's why they both have that mask on. He saw that I was right. He saw that that's who he is. And so Satan always takes the truth from us. And he always takes the 144's truth and tries to sell it and make money off of it. It's been going on for ages. Just like I showed you, Snoop Dogg, the old dirty dog, Snoop Dogg. He stole all of NWA and Eazy-E's content and his style, because he doesn't have shit, because he's just a greasy rat. And so he had to steal it, So it's how it works. And this is the ancient story, Archaix. You're going nowhere. So you can talk all you want, and you can believe all those fake books behind you. But like I said, we gave them to you. So you're the Dunning-Kruger. That's what you are. You're the barf parrot. You can go back every video I release. The next day, or the next video Archaix releases, he has some concept he stole out of my video. So it's been going on all time. Where did he get dungeon programming? He got it from me. He got the whole idea from me. Where did he get? He's just the other day he's saying 9 foot tall. When I talked about the 9 foot tall giants, the next day he makes a video on it. He has everything I say. He takes content from me, and now he's trying to farm the people that I recommend, Mag and Demon Hunter, And he's got no originality. It's Satan. He's an old dead tin can soldier, and all of his art, all of his archaics errants, they're just like him. And look at them. They're just like rabid hyenas. They're like, good, twist the dagger. They're just brainwashed idiots following this guy. So you errants are just fallen dead soldiers. We're the living angels of light. You're the dead fallen angels of darkness. That's all it is. This is just the battle between Satan and God's children and the remnant. I don't care, Jason. I know you don't believe in the Bible and you don't believe what I'm saying, but I know it's right. Archaix says Jesus and John and Revelations is, in his words, absolute fiction. And what's funny is it's happening to him right now, right to his face, and he doesn't understand. He thinks it has to happen in some certain time frame. He doesn't understand. It doesn't happen in time. It's outside of time. It's happening right now to you. They're
The
kicking your ass.
144 are kicking your ass right now. They're cutting your throat. You're headed for prison, and you just can't see it. You think it has to look a certain way inside of some linear timeline. There is no linear timeline, you fool. Your Chronicon is a hoax. You've been hoaxed. You're hoaxed. I know you believe in your stuff, but it's all a fraud. All of it's wrong. It's all a lie.
And deep down in your soul, you've been through this so many times, you know it's right too. So let's listen to him.
He's just going to keep growing, keep expanding, and keep bringing about awareness. We're going to keep dropping comments and other people's videos. We're keep spreading this stuff because that's what we're doing. We just want.
Says he's got no remorse for censoring the real truth. He's got no remorse for just doing all the damage he did to the truth community, pushing all his fake Canaanite, bagel, shill, Anunnaki garbage, vapor canopy, all these little boy fantasies he made up in prison. He didn't make them up; they were given to him by the beast. But
The entire Archaix thesis is based on fake truth. All of it is based on linear time. All of it is based off of fake truth books and fake truth. Most of it was programmed into him and given to him. A lot of it came from his publisher, Paul Tice, who was the videographer for Zachariah Stitchin. He was basically the handler for Zachariah Stitchin, who we all know is the big Canaanite shill. And they just basically, when they got rid of Zachariah Stitchin, they just passed Paul Tice off to Archaix. It's just the beast system puppets. They make these people, Max Egan, Martin Leakey, Jeff Berwick, Amazing Polly, they're all Canaanite, cybernetic fake truth uh, puppets, basically. They're just created beings that the beast makes to lie to the real humans. None of his stuff's right. And he recently admitted, it's on his video, he came out and admitted that his whole shtick is a lie. He admitted that he used to believe in linear time and all this shit was based on linear time. That's why he's a chronologist and he has all this chronology and time and 138. And he now saw from my video that time isn't linear. And so he, now says his understanding of time has changed. So when he did that, he outed himself. He just admitted his whole shtick, his whole Archaix Academy, his whole gambling app, all of it is a fraud. And 138 is from the Talmud. He didn't make that up or figure that out. It's an ancient satanic number. It's an ancient satanic drill. And so it doesn't have anything to do with any phoenix phenomenon or whatever. It's not that. I mean, it is, but it's Satan's fake phoenix. The real phoenix is not 138. So he doesn't know jack shit about the phoenix, or he doesn't know what 138 really is. 138 is the fallen angels. 1/3 forever. 8 is infinity. That's all it is. He doesn't know jack shit. He's lost. He's just a puppet. They just a mouthpiece. He doesn't know anything. Everything, all his stuff was given to him, planted in his mind. He's mind controlled. See what I'm saying?
But no, Archaix, all your shit's a joke. All your whole thing, your chronicon. Listen, Jason's whole shtick is built on linear time. And he's been going on and on. He's got drawing after drawing of linear time. And he's, oh, it's the chronicon and like timelines, Anunnaki timeline, blah, 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 blah. Time, time, time. Well, Satan is the creator of time. Satan is the time mind prison. And that's why he wants everything to be about time. And that's why he's got a time. He's got a friggin' hourglass on his logo. See it right down there? Because he's Satan. Satan and Lucifer are made time. This is fake time. There's a real time, but this is fake time. And they made the fake time, and he wants you to believe in it. Time is their matrix. Time is their mind prison. Time is their dungeon, and he wants you to believe in that. So he's just, the other day I have a video about it too, but he now learned from my videos that time is not linear, and time's not what we believe. It's not at all. And he's been going on along all of his thesis is all based on linear time. And he now admits that that linear time is false. So when he did that, and I have it on video, when he did that, he admitted the whole Archaix theory, the whole thing is a fraud. So you just outed yourself. You just admitted that your whole thing is a fraud. That's what it is. So you're cooked. You're done. Like I said, you're just absolute Texas barbecued chicken. You're headed for prison. You ain't going fucking nowhere, bitch. So you're done. No, your lawyer can't get you out of this. No amount of money gonna get you out of this. You're done. So, and you'll never believe it until the day you hear those handcuffs on your wrist. Believe me. And that's how it always is with you. And you'll fight, and you'll bravado, and your ego, and you'll drink your bourbon coffee.
You're going to be in the prison cell with your Donald J. Duck juice cough, your illness.
Cough. You're sick, man. You're going to be in that can, in that cell, sick fucking dog is what's going to happen. And that's what you get. And this is what you chose. You chose the avatar of Satan. You chose it. And you got this little flash in the pan for all this torment. It's a bad choice. This is the wages of sin. It's what this guy chose. So listen to him, though. Listen to this guy blather on about how tough he is.
People to know the truth. We're not trying to push anything, any bullshit.
Everything you're saying is bullshit. There's no fucking Anunnaki, you liar. Your whole thing is based on linear time. Every one of those books behind you was made and sanctioned by the devil. Your whole fucking shtick is bullshit. So you need to shut your mouth. You're a liar. That's what it really is. That's what really is happening here, Jason. You're a liar, and everybody you bring on your show is a liar. They're all Canaanite puppets. They're all Bago, hook-nosed, wire-rimmed grasses, Canaanite puppets. You have no idea. You're just data mining the fake truth community, just desperately trying to figure out truth so you can sell it. You're just a weasel, man. Just a rat, just a desperate rat looking for a morsel in a garbage can. That's what you are. Kind of come to my channel and my friends' channels and take their content. You're just a greasy rat, bitch.
Trying to do is undo the damage. Undo the damage.
No, you're not undoing any damage. You're making more damage, and you're making money off of it.
What's really happening here is Archaix is trying to take out his competition above him. All the other bigger fake truthers, bigger shills that make more money than him, that have more subscribers, like Graham Hancock and Billy Carson, they're making more money than him, and he's jealous. And he thinks he can discredit them and maybe make some of their money. And he's in competition with the people on YouTube for money, is what's really happening here. Plus, it makes him look more real to his fake followers, dumb followers. Plus, it gives him a reason to be in negativity. He's selling evil resonance, evil negativity, and so when he can bash these people, then he helps bring up that evil resonance. So this is what's really happening with this guy. Plus, he's silencing his critics. So it's like he's just using this platform of like he's outing people to really just try and make more money, silence his critics. That's what's really going on. This is the cult guy. This is exactly how Jim Jones and Rajneeshi did it, and he even has hired bodyguards to intimidate people. Jim Jones, when he was in San Francisco, he said he had all these big gnarly thugs, these big muscle bound people that would go around and beat the crap out of his critics. And that's what Archaix is trying to do too. He's trying to send his thugs after me and beat the crap out of me, but it ain't gonna happen, dude. You know what I mean? Just like Jim Jones, he got his ass kicked too, and his thugs got their asses kicked. To be honest with you, just read about it. Look into it, Archaix. You guys all use the exact same program. You're like predictable. I know every move. Eventually, what happens to every version of you is God's, 144 and Adam and his children. They move in on you and they lock you up. And it's just it's an ancient story, and it's a done deal for you. Like I said, I saw it in visions already. And Jason's saying he's not going to let his critics caress him. He's not going to let us Jim Jones him. But we're not doing it. You did it to yourself. You chose this, Jason. You chose this avatar. So you did it to yourself.
So you're an unethical, like just an unethical douche.
Damage that the Dunning-Krugers and barf parrots have put into the...
That's you, a Dunning-Kruger or barf parrot. You just come and just take all the content and water it down and twist it around so you have something that sounds like truth, that can ooh and ah your one-third fallen idiots who are willing to give you their money they all got from their stupid demonic jobs that the devil gave them. This is how the beast system works. It made all you idiots to come and try and steal souls. That's all you are. You ain't shit, dude. Military chopper.
Field, because it's so much.
And you're, like I said, you're going down as the most vile, rotten, evil, and ludicrous, laughable fake truther on YouTube. You're going to be the laughing stock satanic cult of YouTube. You already are. Just go look in the comments at Tartarian Truth's channel. People are laughing their ass off at you. And people come on my channel too, like, this guy's a joke. Like, how could anyone take him serious? So the reason don't you have all these subscribers, I'm telling you, they're NPCs. They're sent there. They don't have a choice. They signed a contract with Satan. They lost their soul. So they have to follow you now. They're 1/3 fallen angels. Just like the people who follow Jim Jones and Bhagwan Rajneesh. They're the fallen angels, you idiot. It's not, they don't like your content. They don't like you. They're just on autopilot. They sold their soul to Satan. They're just avatars of fallen idiots. You didn't do anything. You're not nothing. There's nothing groundbreaking or amazing. These are just masses of fallen, dead tin soldiers, dark soldiers, fallen angels, Satan's army. Ever heard of them? That's what this is. See that? Subscribe. What do you have? A 996 likes and 6,000 views. They're all fallen idiots. That's what it is. You haven't figured that out yet, Jason? You don't have an Archaix community. You just are an avatar of Satan's army. You need to wake your ass up. You're one of the more mouthy, moronic versions. So you're going to get it from me. You know, you're like the guy who gets arrested and mouths off to the cops and gets his ass kicked. That's what you are. Okay, so yeah, I just made that video about Archaix, and he's he's Satan, Satan's mouthpiece. So he's irritating. He's upsetting if you're a real human, and he likes to get under your skin. He likes to upset you, and he talks about people being triggered. Well, it's because he's trying to trigger them. You know what I mean? This is so yeah, he's irritating, man. And Archaix, like I said, is a more egregious version of the old dragon. Like I said, he's very similar to Kenneth Copeland. You watch Kenneth Copeland and he's just so wicked, like unbelievable, like how the off the charts cringe factor, off the charts wicked factor. And that's what I see with Jason. He's so cringy. You know what I mean? And just like greaseball deluxe that's just how I see it. But anyway, so the best thing is not to let it get under your skin and not to let it bother you. Just take action, and don't be afraid of him, because he really doesn't have power over us. He only has power over us if you let him deceive you. Don't be afraid of him, because he really doesn't have power over us. He only has power over us if you let him deceive you. Don't be afraid of him, because he really doesn't have power over us. He only has power over us if you let him deceive you. Once you stop watching these fake truthers and supporting them, Satan loses his power over you. The beast can't do anything to you. You voided the contract with the beast system. So it's very important that you void the contract with the beast, or you're going to lose your soul.